Hey everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atout here, and I'm so excited to be catching up with Indi Hartwell. Hello.
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it?
A long time. Like the first
Uh,
time I had you on the show, I think was maybe two and a half years ago at Shimmer.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. It was over 2 years ago, and before we got on the call, I was trying to think of the last time that I saw you, and I don't know what. Maybe that was a year ago.
Yeah, it might have been a year back at another Rise show, maybe.
Yeah, I think the last one I did was la- April of last year. Maybe I think you were there. Maybe.
Maybe. There's so many I can't keep track, honestly.
Yeah.
How have you been since then? How are you coping with everything going on in the world right now?
Well, since then, if we're talking April last year. Everything's been great. I mean, I've had a huge life change. I moved across the world, so that's been pretty cool. Started my dream job. But now we're kind of in this weird phase of a global pandemic. But I've been keeping fine throughout. What about yourself?
Yeah, things are going okay. I'm still able to host my interviews, which is nice. I can still do a lot of my clothing campaigns and stuff like that, but just not traveling is the weirdest thing ever. Like we're so used to being gone or being at shows, and now we're just at home chilling. So,
I, I think my car appreciates it. Like I'm saving a lot on gas and miles, so that's a good thing to come out of it. But like, thank God for technology, so that you can still do your interviews and stuff.
oh, absolutely. It's definitely been one of those silver linings, especially since everyone's at home and they don't really have much to actually do. It's been kind of nice being able to catch up with people who would be super busy and now they're really chill. So,
Yeah, there are some positives out of it.
yeah, a couple. I mean, one positive is you get to binge watch a lot of television. And I know for yourself, you've been watching a lot of 90 Day Fiance.
I was just watching it before I got on the call.
I'm I'm absolutely obsessed with that show in like the worst of ways. So can you tell me a little bit about it and like what runs through your mind when you see these couples who are absolutely crazy?
Oh my God, it's just insane. So my mum and I used to watch 90 Day Fiance like back when I lived at home. And because we lived in Australia, like we didn't get the episodes like as they were coming out in America. So like we were really behind. But when I got here, I started catching up on all the seasons and I was like, wow, there's a lot that I haven't seen. And like
Yeah,
everyone on the show is crazy, especially like the current season with like Rose and Ed and like
gosh.
just like I can't get over how naive some people can be. Like
It,
when you're
it
clearly
blows
getting
my mind.
catfished.
Like you're either getting catfished or they clearly don't love you and they just want to come to America. Like Usman and Lisa. I'm like, all he ever talks about is wanting to go to America, not wanting to live with you, chick. Like, come on, get with the program.
It blows my mind when, especially when like the people are open about it. They're like, yeah, I just want to go to America. Like it's my dream. I'm like,
Right.
okay. But then also like with Yolanda, her kids are like finding out that this guy's using stock photos, and she's like, oh
Should
no, like maybe it's a coincidence. Like
be a
maybe it's not a
misunderstanding.
maybe he got hacked.
Yeah, they're all nuts. But it's quality entertainment. I'm telling you. I look forward to Sunday nights every single week.
Me too. I love reality TV, so 90 Day Fiance, very good.
it, it's amazing. Something else though that you've been doing to kind of pass the time is cooking with Simone Johnson. You guys are super close. It looks like a lot of things look delicious, and sometimes you even admit it yourself. It's a bit of a failure sometimes. So tell me a little bit about being in the kitchen and some of the stuff that you guys have been making together.
So I must admit, she does most of the cooking and most of the baking. The only thing that I've baked that she hasn't really had a part of was banana Nutella muffins, which are so good. I'm probably going to make them sometime this week because I've got some bananas that are like ripening. But like she will cook almost every night, and it's like amazing recipes that she usually gets them from TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, like TikTok has some good recipes, and like you can like watch a whole like meal being made in like 15 seconds or 60 seconds. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I can't take credit for a lot of the cooking because I'm not as good as she is.
Right. It looks like you've come up with some really tasty stuff though. Like I'll literally just be scrolling on my Twitter feed and I'm like, that'd be really good right now.
Yeah, like she made a cookie in a skillet pan. like in a cast iron skillet. It was incredible. And she's also done nachos in the skillet. It's so good.
Well, something we definitely have to dive into, and you mentioned it prior, is since I first met you and since I last saw you, you officially have your dream job, which is being in WWE. It's been awesome to see you on NXT. It's been great seeing you on Raw recently. That was crazy. So how surreal has the whole thing been for you? Because I know you've been a fan for such a long time, so it must feel pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's amazing that I came from being a huge fan of it, and like openly, even when I started wrestling, I would openly say like, this is my dream. I don't know, a lot of people were maybe like hesitant to tell people like, yeah, I'm an independent wrestler, but like being in WWE is my dream. Like not a lot of people would talk about that, but I was open about it. And yeah, it's been, I think I moved here in September, so I don't know. I don't want to do maths right now, but it's been quite a few months. It's been pretty cool. It was, I think the start of this year is when like things started to kick off for me. So I had a few dark matches at Full Sail. I was in like the Battle Royal on NXT TV. I did Raw recently, which was an amazing opportunity. And then last week I was on NXT TV in my first singles match. So like everything's going pretty well at the moment, as well as doing all of our live events too.
No, it's absolutely incredible. Just remembering like you talking about it in our first interview. You were sharing stories about being 8 years old, you know, like loving wrestling, and I were literally sharing the locker room with some of the people that you grew up loving. So has that also been a bit crazy for you? Like when you can turn over and you're on a show and you see somebody that you watched since you were a kid. Like I can imagine you kind of geeking out but keeping it together.
Yeah, I'm like, I've learned to keep it together, so it's pretty cool. I think it was at the end of last year. I put up a post on Instagram, and Natalia put it up too. I saw her at the PC, and I was talking to her, and I was like, "Hey, like, this might be a little bit weird to mention, but like, I met you like 8 years ago in Australia," and like, I showed her the photo, and she's like, "Oh my god, we have to recreate the photo." So then we did, and it was pretty cool. It's cool that I get to like have these experiences with wrestlers that I grew up watching, even with like TJ Wilson, Tyson Kidd. He was my favorite wrestler like from 2012 onwards. I have this DM that I sent him on Twitter, and it was from 8 years ago, and it's like, hey, I love you, I'm your biggest fan, like I love watching you on NXT, it's the best part of my week. And then when I did Raw recently, he was the producer for my match, so it was like
so
cool. It was like a really cool full circle moment. And he messaged me later that night. He's like, I'm proud of you. Like it's crazy how life can turn out.
That's amazing. You must just be so proud though at the same time, thinking you went from literally writing this person as a fan to now being their colleague.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
Well, I really enjoy the theme music that they came up for you. Like I thought it was great, especially when I watched your recent singles match. I was like, oh yeah, this has a good groove. And I loved when a fan.
I love it.
Sorry, go ahead. It's awesome. I love when a fan also tweeted out like, who's the badass bitch in the ring right now?
I love that tweet. I was like, wow, I love that I give off those vibes. I think when I first started wrestling on the live events with NXT, they gave me like some generic music that I didn't choose. But then a few months later, they were filming something at the PC for a show that's coming out soon. And one of the songs that they used as like an entrance music, I was like, wow, I really like that song. So I went to like our music guy and I was like, can I steal that song? And they're like, oh yeah, no worries. So that's how I got that song. And then I don't know if you can like notice on the TV recording, but they've inserted like my voice saying impressive. So it's pretty cool.
That's so cool. It's like perfectly customized for you and everything.
I know. I love it.
Being impressive, I was curious, are there any kind of talents behind the scenes that people might not know about you that would impress them?
I'm really good at learning lyrics to songs. I can like learn a song pretty quickly and I can rap. But I'm not going to rap for you. Please don't make you rap.
Come on. You can't like dangle that in front of me, girl. Like, come on.
We can save that for a future interview.
I'll warn you next time and be like, I'm making you rap on this one.
We'll have a freestyle battle.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I try to break it.
No,
Thank you. I attempt. I attempt to sing.
you're great.
Thank you. Now I
wish
want to
I
hear
could
you
sing.
rap. Oh,
I'm not good at rapping. The talent is that I can learn the lyrics fast.
right. It's keeping up with that rhythm that's actually the tricky
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be able to come up with my own rap or my own lyrics, so I'll just steal it from someone else.
Who are some people that you love rapping along to? Like, who are some of those go-to artists for you?
Well, growing up, my favorite was Eminem. I also love Nicki Minaj. I think her songs are like not too hard to rap along with, and I also get a lot of hate for this, but I love Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay. You get a lot of hate for that?
Yes, everyone's like, "Why do you like him?" I'm like, I don't know, I just do. I really like his songs, and his lyrics are very relatable. I don't know. I love him, and I can relate to it.
I mean,
I also
you're
love
talking about...
NF.
Oh, okay. I've
NF.
interviewed him before.
Really?
Yeah, he's been on the site. Yep.
Wow.
I try
Very
to get
impressive.
it. Oh, I like how the girl who's literally impressive is calling something of mine impressive. I'll take it. I mean, we're talking about artists that you love, how great your entrance music is, but let's just go into a little Dreamland for a second. I want to ask this as the final question. If you could have literally any artist ever write some entrance music for you, who would you love to do it?
Oh, wow. Oh, I never thought about this. Well, I actually play guitar, so I think it would be cool if I could come up with, music that I could use that I wrote. But if it's someone else, God, I don't know. You really put me on the spot. I don't know. Maybe like one of my favorite bands is Green Day.
Okay.
And like I love their songs. I love playing along to their songs on the guitar. So like maybe them, but I don't know if that would suit me. So
Sure.
I don't know. I have to think about that.
Just like in our next interview, I'll bring this question up again and I'll bring up the rapping.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
You really
I
shouldn't have.
can't think of any other talents I have. Maybe I'm just not talented.
You said it, not me. Just gonna know. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here to catch up. As we said, it's been a minute, and it's really nice that at least with technology, we can keep this going. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Everybody, this has been Indi Hartwell. I'm the interview queen, Alicia Atout. Be sure to check out aliciaatout.com for all exclusive interviews and features, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.